Hey kindergarten, it's time for Math with Mrs. Nordberg. And you may notice, if you can see what I have on the screen, that we might be doing something a little bit silly today. So I see some dogs on here and they're all wet. Now I have a dog, and I know a lot of you at home have dogs. What happens when a dog gets wet and they want to dry off? Do they go grab a towel and dry themselves off? No, they don't. They shake. So we're gonna do a little wet dog shaking. It's just a silly way to practice our counting, but it's super fun. So I have some mystery numbers under these boxes. So let's go ahead and find out what our first mystery number is. Take a look at it. Do you remember what that number is called? That is the number 5. So we're gonna do wet dog shaking for 5. That means we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know if you can see my legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I do the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, this is a workout. All right, let's see what our next number is. It's that 2-digit number. Go ahead and tell yourself what it is before I say it. 10. So this is gonna wear me right up. We're gonna do wet dog shaking for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I hope you're doing this with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mrs. Nordberg does not have good balance, so I need to put my foot down sometimes. Okay, what's our next wet dog shaking number? 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. What's our last mystery number? It is the number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ready? Legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. I hope your leg is doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we were a wet dog, hopefully we'd be dry by now, because I'm tired. All right, good. We're all warmed up. We're all ready, because I'm going to tell you a little math story. See if I can get the smartboard to work the first try today. Nope. Second try. All right. So my story is about kids, and they're going to a birthday party. And you can see all the kids are at school, out of breath. And they're going to walk through the woods to the birthday party that's all the way over here. So first we have to figure out how many kids do we have going on this path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 kids walking along the path to the birthday party. So they're walking along. It's kind of a long walk through the woods. And then all of a sudden, some of the kids get tired and they need to sit down. 5 kids needed to sit down. many kids are sitting down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many of those kids are standing up? I bet you know. Think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 2 groups of kids. One group of 5 kids is sitting and, is standing. Sorry, one group is standing and one group of 5 kids is sitting. How many kids do we have? Well, we know that 5 and 5 makes 10. That's something we've worked on. So those kids, those 5 kids that were tired, they got up and they got back on the path and they headed to that birthday party. And they're all walking along to the birthday party. But then when they looked behind them, 2 kids had stopped to tie their shoe. So I want you to think about how many kids are still walking on the path. 2 are tying their shoes, and how many are still walking on the path? Did you say 8? We have 8 kids still walking on the path and 2 kids tying their shoes. How many kids do we have all together? 8 walking and 2 tying. We know we have 10. So if you have your whiteboard with you, you can do this next part with me. So if you have your whiteboard and your marker. All right. We know that there's still 10 kids on the path. But these girls got their shoes tied. And they all walked along until they got to the party. And at the party, everybody had lots of cake and everybody had lots of ice cream. And everybody got all excited and played games and ran around. But then the phone started ringing. Ring, ring. Oh, it's time for Becky to come home. So Becky was the first one to leave the party and she went home. How many kids does that leave? If we had 10 and Becky went home, write me the number that are still at the party. Nine kids are still at the party. How many squares do we still have? We have 10. One of the kids went home. We have 9. All right. And then another mom called. Oh, it's time for Sophie to go home. So then Sophie went home. How many kids were left at the party? 8 kids and 2 had gone home. We know that 8 and 2 makes 10. And then it was time for Bobby to go home. So 3 kids had gone home. And how many kids were left at the party? Go ahead and write that number to tell me how many kids were left at the party on your board. Across the sky and down from heaven, that's the way we make a 7. 7 and 3, how many does that make? How many kids did we have today? 10 kids. And then it was time for Jenny to go home. How many kids are at home? 4 kids are at home. How many kids are still at the party? Go ahead and write it on your board. You know we're going to start at the top. Make that 6. How many kids were at the party? Still 10. We started with 10. We have 6 left and 4 are at home. Then it was time for Barbie to go home. 5 kids have gone home and 5 kids are still at the party. How many does 5 at the party and 5 at home make in this story? There were 10 kids. 5 at the party, 5 at home. There were 10 kids in this story. All right. And now the next kid, Timmy, had to go home. How many kids are left at the party? 4 kids at the party, and how many kids at home? We'll have to count them. I don't even have the numbers down there for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 kids at the party and 6 kids at home makes how many kids? 10 kids. I notice that we're making 10 a lot of different ways. So I'm wondering, maybe if you can tell me the next way, if one more kid goes home, how many kids will we have at home? And how many kids will we have at the party still? And maybe, just maybe, you can even write that number sentence. That's a huge challenge, but I bet some of you are able to do that. You're gonna think about how many kids are at the party. 3. And how many kids are at home? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many kids did we have all together in our story? We had 10. I'll tell you a little secret. Now, this is actually something you might learn in 1st grade. But you guys are so smart that I think that you're ready to start thinking about different ways to make 10. So that's pretty amazing. We've done lots of ways to make 10 today. So give yourself a little pat on the back and say, good job, self. You just did a lot of math thinking. All right, I'll see you guys next time.